Yo, what it do, man? I was trying to go live on the other channel. Can't even go live, man. Gotta get them numbers up. You know what I mean? They shut me down talking about, yo, you ain't put in on this, man. Can't go live, cuz. So, yo, man, we gonna be sitting up here. Y'all know how we do, man. You know, peace to the gods and the goddesses, man. Hold on, let me get proper. Put my motherfucking cup down. Give proper introduction. Peace to the gods and the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little video. Shout out to the Cash App supporters for sending in those donations. Y'all already know who y'all are. Shout out to the Cash App support. Hey. I already know, man. It's the covert channel right now, son. Covert with it. You're gonna be talking about these false prophets out here in the Matrix, man. False prophets. Pertaining to these spiritual people, huh? These spiritual people who have been running amok and constantly rocking the God raised to sleep. I remember when 1999 was gonna hit. They was talking about the Y2K. Yo, everything about to shut down. The computers wasn't programmed to go past the year 1999, and it's gonna be a planetary blackout, and it's about to be over for the white man, and we so-called black people about to rise up. It's over. Y'all should be rejoicing. I say to the ancestors, it's going down. This whole thing is finally coming to an end. That was the talk back then. $1999. Then the new millennium hit, 2000. Then 2001 hit. Nobody was talking about all them false prophets. Talking about so-called black people gonna rise up. System about to crash. Neo Matrix. System still going. Then the next big thing was the Mayan calendar. All these spiritual fake prophets. It's over for the white man. It's wrapped. It's going down. People should be rejoicing. Time for celebration. For the white man is right now. People about to ascend into a new planet. Shit about to change. The whole matrix is a wrap. It's crashing. It's over. Over. You're going to rise up. You're going to inherit the earth. You know, the Mayan calendar said it. About the Mayan calendar. The Mayans, the ancient civilization that predicted all this and made this calendar. Basically going to let it be known that basically all you had to do was just survive. And when this 2012 happened, you know, the planet Nibiru is coming to Earth and it's going to beam everybody up. It's going to take all the black people from Earth on Nibiru. The planet known as the Destroyer. It's going to just destroy everything. It's going to destroy the white man. It's over for the white man. The clouds cracking open, 100 billion terabytes of angels coming through. You know what I mean? And they just going to violate the white man. 2012. I mean, it's over. Oh, these spiritual people was hype. Yeah. Over for the white man. I'm gonna say an extra Oshun prayer tonight. I'm gonna light an extra incense. And I'm gonna take an extra 5 minutes when I'm smoking my blunt. I'm gonna sip some Hennessy for Osiris. And we're just gonna rejoice because the fall of the white man is taking place in 2012. 2013 rolled around. The white man is still alive and well. The white man is still alive and well. The Matrix is still alive and well. Black people are still, well, hold up, let me not speak the language. So-called black people are still calling themselves black people. So-called black people are still selling drugs to so-called black people. So-called black people are still killing each other. The so-called black woman is still killing her babies, aborting her babies. She's still wearing a perm, wig, and weave. She still eats the slop the planet has to offer. Her legs is even more wide open. Any vibration can get up in there. There is no morals when it comes to the womb of the so-called black woman. The so-called black man, he's an Arab, he's a Muslim, he's a Buddhist monk, he is everything on the planet but himself. That's taking place in 2013. Now, 2012, everything was supposed to be dramatically shift, but as y'all can see, it's the same BS. Nothing changed. So now, we in 2020. Now we in 2020. The twins of the 20s. The Siamese 20s. And the spiritual people are still going strong with this BS. Yep. December 21st. The planet is going to align with this planet and Saturn and the moon and the sun, and you're going to be getting your superpowers, and you're going to be getting powers where you could just fly and move faster than a speeding bullet. Be more stronger than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Everything that you have been desiring for. Mind you, everything that the so-called black man and so-called black woman desire is lust. But anything that you have been desiring for will finally manifest. People have been doing no work, but it will finally manifest. You don't have to worry about nothing. The matrix is shutting down. It's a wrap for the matrix. It's over. You know what I mean? Hail the ancestors. The higher beings, the aliens and the UFOs outside. They tired of the so-called white man. The planets is going to align. The UFOs is going to shoot beams down at the white man, the government house, and it's going to blow up all that. And the so-called black people just going to inherit the planet. They're going to get their powers. They're going to be able to fly. They're going to be able to run fast. Some of them is not going to need to eat. They're going to be able to remote view, just get all these powers in 2020. Now, this was supposed to happen yesterday. Or is it today? Who knows? Who cares? 2020, December 21st. The solstice is taking place, they say. Planets aligning, energies coming to the planet, powers for the so-called black people. That's what the spiritual people are talking about. So-called black people get caught up in the spiritual hype again. What happened in 2020? Not a damn thing. You woke up the day after the 21st. Let me see what's today's date, man. What's today's date? Oh, today's the 22nd. Yeah. Yesterday was supposed to happen. The 22nd, they woke up. They still black people. They still killing their babies. They still doing drive-bys. Still selling drugs. Still being a creature of the planet. And yet these people still embrace these spiritual people. They still embrace not. These people have lived a lifespan where they were lied to multiple times on events that were supposed to take place. Christ was supposed to come. All this stuff these people were talking about. And none of it happened. But yet these people can't see these people for false prophets. They're so hooked on that hypnotic spiritual frequency that they can't see that these people are false prophets. Where's the superpowers at? Where is the fall of the so-called white man? Where is it? Where's the so-called black people inheriting the planet? Even though that will never happen. But where's the so-called black man and so-called black woman inheriting the planet? Where is that? Now, this is something that's been going on way before 1999. You know what I mean? If you was to check the records, you would see that it was always somebody talking about some crazy planetary thing was going to happen and give so-called black people powers, or raise them up, or do something that was just fugazi. And it never happened. See, the so-called black race don't realize the day you get your powers is the day you come together for real. So-called black people have done everything under the goddamn sun repeatedly, but come together For real. They've been dodging that bullet for eons. For 100 million incarnations, they have been dodging that bullet of coming together. They would rather die than come together. They would rather be lied to repeatedly from these false prophets known as these spiritual people than come together. And they still listening to these people. What my dude said, till this day, they still listening to these people. Till this day. You know what I mean? They still listening. Till this day. In the year 2040, it's going to be some other galactical joint. These spiritual people are slaves to planets. All spirits are slaves to planets. These moons. You know what I mean? They always got to wait for a moon to do something in order for them to respond. Because as I stated before, these moons are like overminds. And they send signals down to their minds, which is just a wireless hub to pick up signals and transfer it to the brain so that these bodies could animate out these vibrations. They always gonna be enslaved to the planets, to the moons. You know what I mean? Always. They ain't getting no damn powers. They ain't getting no powers. Ain't no spirits getting no superpowers. None. None. The souls, on the other hand, they are the superpowers. They just not acknowledging it. So therefore, it's being utilized by other forces. See, these people need to start calling out these false prophets, these spiritual gurus, these spiritual people who the so-called black race look up to. Always want to hear some story. And they talking about something gonna happen, this gonna happen, magnificent this and all this and all that, and then nothing happens. You sitting up there constantly giving your soul energy to these parasite entities. And the only thing that is changing is your level of vibration. You're getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Every now and then they throw you a bone to make you assume that you're making some kind of progress. But notice that the bone that they throw you keeps you in a rotation of being dependent. People are frauds, man. I went into one of these groups. Somebody had said something about they about to get some powers, all this and all that. I said December 22nd, so-called black people still gonna be niggas. And look, that's what they are. Turn on the TV. Turn on the gram. Turn on the gram. Look at these people. They still doing the same thing they was doing December 19th on December 22nd. And from here on out, it's going to be the same. These people who entertain these spiritual people, who be telling them that BS, they are soulfully sick. They sick. Those people are sick, man. You know what I mean? People are sick. These people want it to happen so bad. But they don't realize it's never going to happen. It ain't about having faith and hope. It's about being real. You're caught up in the illusion frequency, man. That is an illusion you're caught up in. We're supposed to be focusing on you, the soul, and constantly raising your vibration. Instead, you're giving energy to these spiritual pimps. People that's pimping your energy. Taking your ascension energy and converting that into money so they could buy a whole bunch of BS. That's what they doing, man. They converting your ascension energy into money so that they could buy BS. If you could hear these conversations these people have amongst themselves, it'll be somewhat like how the elites have these conversations amongst themselves. When they talk about how idiotic the general population is. These spiritual people could say anything that sound good to y'all. And y'all be all on board. Those that's in the know, they know those people are full of shit. You know what I mean? They know those people are full of shit. They leading the so-called black race to the slaughterhouse. They all agents for the beast. You got people tweeting these messages out. It's about to be on, about to get our powers. Where your powers at? Where is that? Where is it? What you gonna use your power for? You get money, get a bigger house? You got so-called black people doing that with no powers. People is frauds, man. They frauds. And so-called black race need to wake up. Stop giving these people your energy. Stop listening to these stories, because they already know that. But when you vibing on that black frequency, you just lust to entertain gossip. And a lot of these so-called stories they be telling y'all be encrypted gossip. It be gossip. You know what I mean? It be freaking gossip. The so-called black, you vibing on that black frequency, consider yourself a black man or a black woman, you all about entertaining gossip. And those stories that they telling y'all is encrypted gossip. So when they telling you about these things, whether it's a lecture or whatever, That's gossip. That's gossip, man. Y'all all caught up in the gossip frequency. You know what I mean? Y'all caught up in it. Talking about what this person doing, talking about what this and that, do this. Gossip. You all caught up in those conversations for a feeling. Gossip. Man, these people is triggering dopamine, man, in your brain. You don't even understand that you are up under a chemical manipulation. They are using their tones and their voice to manipulate chemicals from your brain. You don't even understand how hypnosis works. They opening and closing valves in your brain. Releasing chemicals got you up under the emotional spell. Because emotions is a spell. You gotta break the spell, man. You gotta understand what it is. You gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real. You know what I mean? So here we are in 2020. December 22nd. A day after the so-called planetary galactical alignment. A lot of these planetary alignments they be telling you they be taking place is fake. Those be satellites in space projecting those holograms. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you're looking at the damn moon in the sky, son, it ain't even the moon, son. That's a satellite projecting that, son. You know what they called it back in the days? I think it was Operation Blue Beam, some wild-ish like that. The satellites had the technology to project images to make you think that it's real. Because you have, but you don't remember. But when you speak the language, you never seen what Jupiter really looks like. You never saw what those planets look like. You think because you see those planets in some CGI movie, or you looking in some National Geographic book or some science book, or you're looking at the History Channel and they showing you these images of what these planets look like. That ain't what those planets look like. Those planets don't look nothing like that. A lot of those planets that they say that's in the solar system is not even in the solar system. You know what I mean? They be sitting up there lying to y'all. And y'all taking these accounts as reality, man. Hell no. The illusion, man. What makes you think the illusion is only going on in the Matrix? You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that they tell you is out there ain't even out there. That's part of the illusion as well. And I'll tell you one thing. If there was ever going to be any kind of galactical alignment that was really going to uplift anybody on the planet, that would be in hella secrecy. Hella secrecy. You know what I'm saying? Because the government is all about governing the mental, the mind, the menta, Latin, the mind. It's all about manipulating the signals that go into the mind and recreating the mind, reestablishing the mind, reaffirming the mind. Because the mind is artificial. You know what I mean? It's all about keeping you up under the spell of Bell. Straight up. I stated before, we the soul should not be ruled by no moons. That's for the Chaldeans, man. That's for the spirits. The spirits need to be looking at the moon to get a signal. We are above that energy, man. We beyond that. You know what I mean? We beyond that. We the ones who's supposed to be commanding the moons on what signals should be sent to the humans. You're supposed to be telling the planets what to vibrate. You ain't supposed to be sitting around waiting for some planetary alignment. What kind of a God sits around and waits for his creation to vibrate a specific vibration in order to tell that God who created that planet and the vibration how to behave. Does that even make sense? You're going to be creating the planets and all this stuff, but yet you're going to sit around and wait thousands of years for the planet to do some kind of alignment, send some kind of energy to enhance you? Does that even sound like a creator, or does that sound like an imitator? That's why I say that's for the clones. All of that is for the clones, the imitators, man, the clones, man. All that spiritual stuff, that planetary alignment stuff, that zodiac chart, that's all for the clones. Zodiacs operate in positive and negative polarity. That is a clone vibration. That is a vibration that folds in on itself. When you're looking at the mother freaking positive symbol, and then when the positive symbol folds in on itself, it becomes negative. Because the vertical that's connected to the horizontal that makes it the cross or the positive, that vertical folds in on itself, means that it comes down, it collapses. And now it becomes the minus, the negative. So when you're looking at the positive and negative vibration, that is a symbol that represents a folding in on itself. You ain't supposed to be vibrating on a positive and negative polarity. That is a clone beacon, man. That is for clones. See, this is the stuff that they not telling the so-called black race. That you're not supposed to be involved. You ain't supposed to be in submission to a positive and negative polarity. That is a clone energetic structure. That is signals for clones, for hybrids, for spirits. That's not the frequency of a soul. That's the frequency of clones. That's why they always bounce to and fro, back and forth. One minute they do this, one minute, the next minute they do that. When they hate you, then they like you. They love you, they dislike you. I'm hungry, I'm happy, I'm sad. I'm bouncing all over the place. I don't want to eat that. I get a little smell. Oh, it smells good. Let me try it. The hell? They're manipulated by the frequencies, man. All zodiacs operate on positive and negative polarity. You go into numerology, what do they tell you? Positive and negative. This is your color. This is your pros. This is your cons. No, that's for the clones. You know what I mean? The souls got caught up in the clone frequency. The frequency of the clones. The attack of the clones. Star Wars. Attack of the clones. The clones is attacking the souls, and the souls assume they part of the clones. The souls running around here in carbonated vessels talking about they got melanin, which is a clone nanotechnology. Black people are clones. It's just something that's going to have to be branded in your damn brain. You know what I mean? It's going to take a while for them to swallow that. Because, you know, they claim that they woke, but they still sleep. You know what I mean? It's going to take them a while. It's going to take them a hell of a while to grasp the reality that spirits is artificial energy. It's going to take them a hell of a while to grasp that. Because it is like any other thing, like it's like a Christian. You know what I'm saying? These spiritual people follow these spiritual gurus like a Christian follow Jesus Christ. Like Christian follow freaking the pastor, and the damn pastor telling them, yo, you know, it's coming to an end, or, you know, we got to repent now because, you know, this is happening. Jesus coming back on this day. Jesus coming back on that day. And these people in the church, been in church for 30 years, and they seen all the times this guy was wrong, yet they still embrace him. It's the same thing as the spiritual people, man. See, these spiritual people assume that because they not in a church worshiping Jesus Christ, that they are somehow better than them. No, it's different levels of slave vibrations. The Jesus Christ frequency might not have gotten you, but the spiritual frequency got you. Jesus Christ is a spiritual frequency. You know what I'm saying? It's just how that was constructed. The elements based on how it was built didn't entrap you, but it entrapped somebody else. Oh, we're not gonna get in with the Jesus Christ, but we're gonna get in with the Oshun and Osiris. You know what I'm saying? Because that's talking about, that's so-called talking about them really more. So we're going to trap them with that. The same damn thing. You're sitting up here looking at false prophets. You know what I mean? So it's going to take them a hell of a while to grasp that spirits is artificial. The same way how it took certain Christians a hell of a while to realize that Jesus Christ was fake. It took some Christians 20, 30 years for that to finally click. Jesus Christ is a fake God. They was finally able to get up out of that church. Now, these spiritual people, at least for the souls that's trapped in spirituality, it's going to take them a while to realize that spirits is fake energy. And you could destroy that energy. And the whole gist of that energy, well, one of the gists is to keep you in the loop. So they could keep feeding up off you, son. They can feeding up off you. Notice that they get you in these groups all based off emotions. That's one of the biggest pile of evidence you can have revealed to you. And it should allow you to see how you've been bamboozled. Because they got you in there because of emotions. Whether you wanted to get back at the white man or you want to do a spell on somebody, make them fall in love with you, whatever the weak ass reason you got involved in it. You know what I mean? The ancestors said, know thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself. They didn't say anything about belief. They didn't say nothing about belief. Believing and knowing is not synonymous. They said know thyself, meaning that you have to know. And when you know, it clicks. Once it clicks, there is no unclicking. The believers, it have not clicked. Those people who believe in, it ain't clicked. They pretending. They are pretending to be conscious because they clones. They clones. Clones pretend. You know, they walk around here say, I'm conscious. I'm conscious. I'm woke. I know what's going on. I'm woke. They pretending. Because if you really conscious, you know that being and that word conscious is so fugazi, but I'm speaking the language. Being conscious for real, you know, that's like superpowers right there. That's like Superman letting the whole world know. I mean, Clark Kent letting the whole world know he's Superman. You being conscious, really conscious, that's like a superpower. You can't let everybody really know that, son. You know what I mean? You can't let everybody know that you are really aware. You gotta know, because once you're really aware, you know where you at. Like it's a chain reaction with awareness. Ain't like how these people be trying to describe it. Well, you know, you conscious, that's a tree. I know that's a tree. That ain't no damn tree. That's not a tree. You know what I'm saying? Once you conscious for real, you know where you at. You know who you are. You know thyself for real. You know you ain't the physical body. You know you the energy, what they would call a soul. But we beyond all that. It was stated before. You know that you in the physical body. You know that this whole universe is hell. You know this gate that we're in, this moon. They want to call it Earth. We already know that this plane that we're in is not the entirety of this dimension, this planet. We know we in hell. You know, when you look at the humans, you're looking at advanced animals that walk upright, biological computers. You know that they spirits. You know they demons. You know a lot of things. It's a chain reaction. When you look at things, when you awoke and you look at things, the answer come to you. The answer is being relayed to you because now you have your powers. You know what I'm saying? And you could decipher energy. When you're looking at all these structures, images out here, you're looking at energy. And when you look at it, it's sending back the message to you what it really is. You don't have to read no book. You know what it is. You know what I mean? So when you conscious for real, you ain't out there with no blowhorn talking about I'm woke, I'm conscious. They pump faking, man. That's clones. That's clone talk. You know what I mean? That's clone talk. You conscious for real, you ain't running around screaming the black woman is God. Because the black woman is not a God. But unless, then we will have to get into the specifics of what you're talking about. Because when you say it like that, it's like you deliberately feeding in to the pre-program of God. You gotta be specific. What God are you talking about? Are you talking about the real God or these lunar gods? And since you calling her a black woman and she's not rebelling against that title, then is already letting it be known that she's a demigoddess, a demigoddess a goddess of emotions, the goddess of manipulation, the goddess of pain. Basically, the goddess of polarities. And when they are a goddess, it doesn't mean that they rule anything. Demigods and demigoddesses don't rule nothing. They not rulers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You got to get into the specifics of it. These demigods and these demigoddesses, they don't rule nothing. They are ruled by energies, and they use that awareness to manipulate others. In other words, they would look for weaknesses that exist within your polarities and exploit that. You know what I'm saying? So they don't rule over nothing. They just manipulate weaknesses. You know what I mean? These demigods and these demigoddesses out here, they are not rulers at all. They pretend to be rulers. You know what I'm saying? When they manipulate other people's weaknesses. When you see these demigods and these demigoddesses out here manipulating other people's weaknesses, that is a fake god, fake goddess pretending rulership. They role playing rulership. You know what I mean? They role playing rulership when they manipulate someone's weaknesses or someone's weakness. So ain't no black woman no God. Ain't no black man no God. For real. They a fake God like Jesus Christ. Like Allah. Like Yahweh. They fake gods like that, yeah. But the real? Nah. Ain't the answer, Sway. That ain't the answer, son. They frauding out here. Frauding out here in these YouTube streets, man. Frauding out here in the Matrix. But 2020 and no powers for the so-called black race, and they still gonna be, with their little frankincense and myrrh doing these fugazi ass rituals that, don't really do nothing for them, son. But give them a little pat on the creature back. They get little pats on their creature back. You know what I'm saying? Make a little feel good. A little dopamine drip here, dopamine drip there. Make them feel like they're accomplishing something. But in the grand scheme of things, they ain't doing a goddamn thing. So, you know what I mean? Stop getting lost up with these false prophets. These spiritual people, man. Raise your vibe. Disconnect from these demons and raise your vibe. Raise your vibe. Raise your solar vibe. Raise it and keep on raising it and raise it some more. And this will all make sense. I'm out.